Tonight, we are going to witness the most anticipated match in the history of professional. Tonight, we are going to witness the most anticipated match in the history of professional wrestling for the heavyweight championship of the world. Are you ready? Wrestling fans, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
And his name is John Cena!
Hello friends and welcome to a special event. It's Nexomania here in the Nexus Gaming Series. Tonight and tonight only we have a Division B matchup for you. In the blue corner we have the villainous SPLHCB with a record of 0 wins, 4 draws, and 6 losses. In the red corner we have the Ferocious 5 known as gillyShark with a record of 4 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses. gillyShark, a team composed entirely from Gillyweep subs, currently sitting in 7th place and will be playing in next week's playoffs. They're trying to pick up all the points they can. If they manage to scoop up all 3 points from tonight, they could climb as high as 5th place in Division B East. Let's talk about the maps for tonight. We have Game 1 as chosen by SLHCP or Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And that map, Game 1, will be on Infernal Shrines. Game 2, choice of gillyShark, will be on Tomb of the Spider Queen. We have both games in lobby and ready to go, and we are off to the draft. Tomb of the Spider Queen, one of the more common maps we're seeing in competitive nowadays, one of the most balanced, straightforward maps. You fight over the objective, you get the Shrine Guardians out of there, and you win yourself your very own John Cena, which is appropriate for tonight's event. First ban coming out from gillyShark is Medivh. Medivh is very powerful, especially in competitive organized play. Can really enable your team to do a number of different things, negates burst damage with his force of will, and allows faster rotations and some pretty interesting plays with well-played portals. The thing about having a Medivh is you have to both have a player who's good on Medivh, and you also have to have a team that knows how to work with Medivh. We won't see him here tonight, though. Now the ban for the Lonely Hearts Club Band. I don't know where Diablo is going to fit in because he did have his rework yesterday. I think most teams and players still trying to figure him out. Before the rework, he definitely was very high in the meta, very hotly contested. Garrosh is still that as well, though, and it is going to be the Garrosh ban, so no surprise there. And an insta first pick Blaze coming out by gillyShark. Blaze typically deployed in the off lane, bunker very powerful to negate all kinds of burst damage or acting as sort of a pseudo cleanse. If you time that bunker well, it can be very powerful. He also has great wave clear, and while typically deployed in the off lane, can definitely be utilized as a main tank. 2 picks now for the side of SPLHCB. I guarantee you I will butcher that name at least a couple times over the course of this 2-game cast. Infernal Shrines, we want to see AoE damage coming out, anything that can pick up those Shrine Guardians fast. Stukov is very powerful because of the AoE silence he has. It's a great denial zone control while fighting over the objective. Alexstrasza, one of her most powerful maps, and there's the Stukov and the Maiev. Maiev so good in rotations, picking off poorly positioned opponents. Warden's Cage is a nice wombo combo setup. And we do have a nice answer in the form of Johanna. Johanna is a nice soft counter to the Maiev. If you time the blind right from Johanna, you can actually cancel Maiev's tether. Johanna can also use her Iron Skin to kind of break out of the Warden's Cage for her team. And she is very strong on Shrines. She is one of the few main tanks that can actually clear out the Shrine Guardians very quickly with her kind of spot in the meta as the premier wave clear tank. One more pick coming out, and it is going to be a Phoenix. So the front line for gillyShark has been selected. It is here. And their primary assassin in the form of Phoenix here as well. The Lonely Hearts Club ban with their ban now. I expect them a support choke in some form. Alexstrasza is a little bit niche, but this is one of the battlefields where she's very good. The Dragon Queen form gives you such a distinct advantage during any kind of prolonged fight over the objective. Also, her percentage-based healing pairs really well with Blaze, who has such a large health pool. Could also ban out Malfurion if they don't want to see the Twilight Dream. But I think if you're going to support choke, off the top of my head, Alexstrasza is the one that jumps out to me the most right now. And instead they're going to lock down a Jaina. I'm not sure if that's a targeted ban, maybe something Gillyweed likes to run. I haven't had the pleasure of casting either of these teams so far. An ETC ban coming out from gillyShark. That makes sense. ETC and Maiev and Stukov actually with ETC all pair very well together. At this point in the season, all of these teams should know each other pretty well, so it wouldn't be uncommon to see some kind of a targeted or research ban. So that could be the case, Jaina coming out against the gillyShark. So let's see what the Lonely Hearts Club does with their second rotation after, or the first rotation after the second ban. As this season winds down, by the time we all come back for Nexus Gaming Series Season 5, we will actually have 3 bans, 2 bans before the draft even, 2 bans for each team before the draft even starts. That's really exciting. I think that's going to be really great for the game and for the meta as well. And it is a Diablo, so we're going to see the first post-rework Diablo that I've had the chance to cast, and a Junkrat. So what I'd like to see by the Lonely Hearts Club, something to round out their comp is, and if you're going to do this, you'll probably have to go solo tank Diablo, no offline, but some kind of burst damage to work with the Maiev and the Diablo to give them picks. But they also need a solo laner to contest Blaze. And there's the Alexstrasza that we were talking about. And Kael'thas goes really well with the Shrines. Large AoE clear, can pick those up quickly. So gillyShark here, I think, definitely has the superior comp in how quickly they can pick up the Shrine Guardians during the objective. So last pick by the side of the Lonely Hearts Club. Let's see who they opt to pick. They need a kind of a solo laner to deal with Blaze, and I also think they need kind of some kind of burst as well. I'm not sure if there is a hero that gives them both of those, so they're going to be leaving something on the table one way or the other. At least nothing comes to mind that does. And it is going to be the Malthael. So they opt to go with the solo laner. Malthael can handle Blaze in the solo lane. However, I don't see anything to really lock down with the tether. They do have the Warden's Cage into APOC, into Riptire, into Malthael if he goes Tormented Souls. But typically nowadays you're seeing not so much Tormented Souls, but more of Last Rites. However, Last Rites can be pretty hard countered by a well-timed bunker, so it will be very interesting to see if Malthael chooses to go either Tormented Souls or Last Rites. At first pick, or at first blush I should say, glancing at these comps, I think I like gillyShark's comp just a little bit better. I think their composition is a little more forgiving in the things that they can do. The comp from the Lonely Hearts Club is a little bit more, you really got to operate on a razor's edge. There's a much less large margin for error in how they have to execute their comp. So let's see how they do it here. Also, we didn't talk about in that Wombo combo, the silence in the middle of all that can be very deadly too with the Stukov. So in the blue corner, the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. We have Die Fools on Malthael, BKL on Stukov, Egg Rolls on Junkrat, Shiba on Maiev, and Old Pro on Diablo. In the red corner, we have Mr. Lard on Blaze, Chymotripsin on Alexstrasza, Jinxie Cat on Johanna, Dark Storm on Phoenix, and Stark on Kael'thas.
3, 2, 1. We cannot tarry.
So both teams gonna run to the mid lane here, where they will do the traditional 5-on-5 mid lane crash. And neither team really stepping out, both being passive, although I do love the team spray synergy coming out by gillyShark. I am sure the murderous Brightwing inspired by Gillyweed's fandom of Brightwing. So that's pretty fun to see there. A team with a what's the word I'm looking for? A pattern. I know there's a word that I'm looking for I can't think of. So Blaze and Malthael will square off from the top. Johanna just catching up to her teammates now. She's going to be sort of caught out alone. Pops the Iron Skin as kind of a proactive, just in case Old Pro decided to shadow charge there, but it wasn't needed. Maybe the Iron Skin deterred him. Very interested to see how this new Diablo plays. gillyShark a little bit disjointed in the rotations, allowing the Lonely Hearts Club to be really aggressive with their positioning here with the Diablo and the Stukov. They haven't caught anybody yet, but Old Pro's using that Fire Stomp to dismount and scout out the positioning of gillyShark. While this is going on here, let's go take a peek in our top lane. Malthael does tend to win any lane where he is against another melee hero, so it's no surprise to see Mr. Large slowly losing this lane. It's not bad. He hasn't really taken any structure damage, but you can look at those health bars and see that Malthael is getting the better of him. Back to the 4-man here. Both sides have secured or will shortly secure their mid-lane siege camps. Diablo looks like a 1-man invade, but backs off as soon as that siege camp is taken. gillyShark now getting a little bit cleaner with their rotations. Haven't really stayed as a 4-man. They've been a little bit disjointed, but neither team has really looked aggressive in their 4-man. Both kind of content to trade out the lanes and soak. And you can see that when you look at the XP here. Both teams about dead even in experience. Both teams have captured 1 mercenary camp. Both teams have cleared out that mercenary camp. Really, the only advantage in XP has been not even in this top lane. Just there really hasn't been any advantage to speak of. However, the Lonely Hearts Club are going to move down and capture this bottom siege camp, which now will run into lane, not straight at the structures. So they're going to have some bottom lane pressure, and they're trading that bottom lane pressure for about a 15... Actually, it's going to be 20 by the time they get up there. gillyShark's burn on the objective is very fast, so they really took advantage. There pops Dragon Queen, and now the Lonely Hearts Club will be at a disadvantage as long as that Dragon Queen is up. She is so good. They are already at 30, 32 Shrine Guardians for the side of gillyShark. However, the AoE silence by Stukov is spot on. The Dragon Queen ends, but Malthael the first to fall. However, Phoenix going to go down as well with the concussion mine from Junkrat, completely isolating him out. However, here is John Cena. The gillyShark secured that so fast. Their shrine clear is very, very fast. So they used the time that the Lonely Hearts Club took to secure the bottom camp to get an insurmountable lead in the Shrine Guardians, and they just used that time with Dragon Queen to really secure that quickly. However, defense was fast, decisive, and neither team really having an advantage after that. The only structural advantage is the slight damage that the mid lane took for the side of the Lonely Hearts Club, but experience is dead even, kills dead even. For about the first 5 minutes of the game, this is as close can be. And Kael'thas, due to that double rotation, has already finished his level 1 quest. I believe the one for the shields. Yes. So Stark stacked that very quickly, and that will give Kael'thas extra survivability that will really be key for him here in this game, especially with an aggressive Diablo, Riptire, Malthael, etc., etc. Once again, both teams moving to their camps at about the same time. It looks like Lonely Hearts Club for about half a second considered an invade and then changed their mind, and then changed their mind once more. So gillyShark going to get a slight advantage being able to push with these mercs a little bit if they choose to. Mercenary's probably going to get one of these towers here, if not both, so mid-wall is down. And here comes the invade. Johanna gets there just in the nick of time, and with 4 members from gillyShark invading onto 2 from the Lonely Hearts Club, that was an early Christmas from the Lonely Hearts Club. They had no choice but to withdraw and cede the camp. So timely invasion coming out by gillyShark. Let's not ignore our combatants in the top lane. The poor solo laners never get any love on the cast. Blaze doing a commendable job of holding off the Malthael. He is obviously losing, but he's losing slow enough to where it's not going to be a significant advantage for the Lonely Hearts Club. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, gillyShark has secured another bruiser camp, and now they are pushing with this hard. As it stands now, both teams will secure their heroic abilities almost at exactly the same time. Actually, I'm going to count how far off they were. 7 seconds apart, so about as close as you can get for the side of the Lonely Hearts Club. I always forget Stukov's icons. I believe that's Flailing Swipe. Let's double check. Flailing Swipe for Stukov. Malthael being very cheeky and holding his heroic. And it is going to be Tormented Souls instead of the Last Rites, probably because of the bunker. Apocalypse for Diablo, Warden's Cage for Maiev, and Riptire for Junkrat. For the side of gillyShark, we have Cleansing Flame by Alexstrasza, Phoenix by Kael'thas, Blessed Shield by Johanna, Bunker Drop for Blaze, and Purification Salvo for Phoenix. So with that Purification Salvo, Ideally, Darkstorm wants to hit that button when there are multiple members of the Lonely Hearts Club slowed to proc that additional damage. And there's the Warden's Cage, but it looks like Lonely Hearts Club is the one in trouble, not gillyShark. Bunker was popped as well. A lot of low health bars, but Diablo the first to fall, Malthael very low as well. And I think the Lonely Hearts Club band is going to have to withdraw here. As we mentioned in the draft, Alexstrasza getting a lot of value on these objectives. It's so hard to fight into Alexstrasza in her dragon form, and gillyShark has taken full advantage of that. And they've secured a Mortar John Cena to push down the top lane. These defenses already slightly weakened as well. John Cena does body slam onto Diablo, and then he baits him backwards into the fort defensive. Well played by Old Pro there. However, these outer fort fortifications, they are gone, and this top fort sure to shortly follow it. Diablo cornered out a little bit here. He is pretty high in health though, so I don't think anything's going to happen to him. However, the concussion mine does push Phoenix a little forward. Diablo tries to go in on him. However, nice stun coming out from Kael'thas, and the follow-up from the top rope by John Cena takes out both Maiev and Diablo. gillyShark, they now have to be eyeing the top wall. Nice job by Jinxie Cat's teammates there to destroy the outer wall and save Johanna from the concussion mine. In the meantime, the offlane, Blaze and Maiev still participating in their one-on-one battle that looks to continue. Anytime there isn't an objective, Die Fools and Mr. Lard will be exchanging Christmas cards by the time this game is over. gillyShark was able to parlay that last objective, I should say, into about a level lead. This is the largest discrepancy we've had between either team here so far this game. And gillyShark has really shown high prioritization on the mercenary camps. They are capturing their bruisers, while the Lonely Hearts Club band is mid lane clearing out the mid lane bruisers. Malthael was able to capture the bottom, however, for the side of the Lonely Hearts Club band. So we're down to a little bit of a lull here. We'll pop up the talents for anybody that's interested. So it looks like gillyShark opting to push in on this structure. Lonely Hearts Club band is a little ways away. They are rotating down though. They will get here now. Nice job by gillyShark to just take a little bit of free poke damage on the bottom fort and force the rotation out of SPLHCB. And now it looks like they're maybe trying to set up a little bit of a bush party. If they had 16, I would think they would be invading. However, I think the side of gillyShark is really just going to look to soak 16, try to get the 16 talent tier advantage either before or shortly before the next objective pops. Maybe they think oh, Malthael might be in trouble here. He is by himself. However, the follow-up damage a little far from Johanna. There's the Blessed Shield, and the rest of gillyShark is here as well. And the follow-up jet propulsion by Blaze is able to confirm the kill onto Malthael. Initially, he withdrew, and then he kind of like feinted a re-engage. I think if he just would have left from the get-go, he would have been out clean. However, that's a very untimely death for the side of the Lonely Hearts Club band. I don't think they can really go in here. I would maybe like to see him push out that top lane with Mercs, because this objective is pretty much done. By the time Malthael respawns, gillyShark will have already secured this.
Red team has summoned a frozen Punisher.
And they have. So I think the move there for SPLHCB would have been maybe rotate a few members to the top, push with the Mercs as much as possible, and then come back down and try to defend at the keep wall. This fort is clearly already gone, and the majority of their defense is going to be done at the keep wall. This is actually a 5v4 in favor of the Lonely Hearts Club band. 5-on-5 if you count John Cena, because Blaze is in the top lane off-soaking. However, Maiev gets locked down and insta-gibbed. I believe that was, yes, Blessed Shield with the follow-up Gravity Lapse by Kael'thas, and now more damage going on to Diablo. Cleansing Flame able to secure the kill. And if you're at the side of gillyShark, you know you're getting this keep. Are you looking for more? 17-15, this would be a tough core call. Malthael going in very deep. He is not going to get out of that. And now maybe they think about core, and no. They opt to withdraw. Discretion, the better part of valor. And they are going to, no doubt, return to the battlefield and capture pretty much every mercenary camp available and put the Lonely Hearts Club band under incredible pressure. No, they're going to push with these Mercs. I really like this call. So many teams just kind of get the Mercs and get the Mercs, but when you can take free structure damage, which is what this is with Malthael still on the bench and a 3-level lead, this is a free fort. I love that call by gillyShark. If you can take free structures, you do it. There's no reason not to. Those mercenary camps will be there waiting for you when you get back. Jet propulsion, gravity lapse, and Diablo goes down. The target focus by gillyShark here has been very impressive, and they are still pushing with these Mercs, this time on the mid lane keep outer wall, and that outer wall has been completely destroyed. So both of the keeps that are left for the side of the Lonely Hearts Club band, their outer defenses are gone, and they are continuing to lay siege to this mid keep. An excellent initiation once again by gillyShark. Maiev does go down, as does Malthael. The Riptire unable to confirm a kill, and this fort, I apologize, this keep, not long for this world. You have to wonder if they're thinking core this time around. 20 seconds plus before Maiev and Malthael come up. However, gillyShark still not comfortable pulling the trigger. And are they going to set up a bush, or are they going to go triple keep play here? Both of those core calls would have been aggressive. I think if they managed to secure one more kill at the mid keep just now, they could have made the core call comfortably. However, laying siege to the top lane again. They do have 20 talent advantage, 20-16. And this top keep looks like it's going down. Lonely Hearts Club band trying to draw a line in the stand here. Maiev goes in, drops the Warden's Cage and the Tether. Bunker is there to eat up so much damage. However, APOC goes down. It was a nice AoE zone by the Stukov. Jinxie Cat on Johanna might be in trouble, but Malthael and Maiev in more trouble. And gillyShark on the absolute warpath right now, 13 kills to 1. And now the core call is being made. They are just going to go around. They're going to push in with Katas coming in the bot lane, Katas coming in the middle lane. 20 seconds or more before the rest of the members of the Lonely Hearts Club band are on the battlefield. And it looks like game one likely going to gillyShark here. Core falling, shields almost all the way down. However, all 5 members of the Lonely Hearts Club band are here, 80%. There goes the Riptire, timed perfectly for the end of the bumper, the bunker drop, I should say. Core still falling, 50%. Phoenix goes down, now at 50%. gillyShark now is withdrawing with their main damage down. They have decided that it is time to go. However, Lonely Hearts Club band not letting them go, but only 2 members are chasing them, and Malthiel goes down. Now this is a 4-on-4. gillyShark re-engaging. Dragon Queen up once again. A huge 2-man jet propulsion by Mr. Lard. Concussion Vermine puts him right at the enemy Hall of Storms here, and this will most certainly be Game 1 going out to gillyShark in a very... So a commanding Game 1 performance coming out by gillyShark there to take the lead. Now going to try to win Game 2, confirm the domination, and climb up into the Div B East standings. Looking at our match summary here, Junkrat actually tops in the game in damage. The main thing, though, was the kills, 14-2. Stukov really didn't have a tool to deal with the razor-sharp focus that gillyShark had. They picked out a target, and once they locked onto him, everyone was on the same page, and they blew him up quickly. Stukov doesn't have a way to respond to that very well. Alex Straza doesn't either, but Blaze was able to cover that weakness with a couple of really well-timed bunkers, and Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club band was not able to really take advantage of the Warden's Cage, APOC, Riptire, Stukov, Silence combo there. So well played by gillyShark to pick up a win in the first game here. Game 2 now will be on... Where will it be on? Tomb of the Spider Queen. And that was gillyShark's map selection. So going to go ahead and create the lobby here, get both teams in, and we will get Game 2 going very quickly. So Tomb of the Spider Queen does play definitely differently than Infernal Shrines does. Tomb of the Spider Queen, 3-lane map, one of the more snowballing maps in my opinion. Once you're up, it's much easier to goaltend on those turn-in points. And once you're down and you're holding all of those gems, it's very hard to play aggressively if you're concerned about dropping all of your team's gems. So holding on to 100 gems on your team can really change how your team operates and their aggression level. One of the other one of the other traits of Tomb of the Spider Queen is the turn-in actually isn't a great win condition. The best win condition on the map is actually the boss. So this is one of the maps that does not have a lot of great win conditions for these teams, for teams to secure a victory here. All right, both teams are R, and we are off. So welcome to Tomb of the Spider Queen for Game 2. A little bit of funsies coming out from the side of the Lonely Hearts Club band. Yes, Lonely Hearts Club band. They all switched their portraits to sharks in honor of gillySharks in the draft lobby, so that was pretty funny. First pick coming out for Lonely Hearts Club. Thank you for the follow, Joe. And let's see who they go with. Last game they did ban the Garrosh. Garrosh is generally strong, also strong on Tomb of the Spider Queen, so that could be... we could see a repeat of that ban. If there was something they didn't like out of gillyShark, you could see a ban on that as well. Pretty much all of the players on the side of gillyShark played their heroes very well. And none of them stood out. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but they were such a well-played unit as together in that they were all very good. As a result, none of them stood out to be very good because they were just all that way. So instead we have a Maiev ban and once again a Medivh ban coming out from gillyShark. They do not want to see Medivh. Totally understandable. One of the most frustrating heroes to play against when he's on the other team and played well. First pick for Lonely Hearts Club. They did leave Garrosh on the table, generally regarded as the strongest tank. Let's see if they pick that up. They did have the Diablo last game. I played Diablo as well, and I have not had time to adjust to a pretty significant rework from him, so I wonder if the tank player for the side of the Lonely Hearts Club, Old Pro, I wonder if they've had time to also properly adjust. Maybe, maybe not, but it's only been a day or so. So certainly the comfort level post-Diablo rework really, unless you've just put in a marathon of games, it just can't be where it was at before. And they are going to go Stitches. It's been a long time since I've seen a first pick Stitches. So I assume we're going to see some kind of follow-up stuns for that. On a smaller map like this, you can get more value out of a Hook Gorge if that's what you want to do. I've also just kind of brainstorming myself when I'm at work and I think of random things other than work things. I've often wondered if you could get a Stitch's Putrid Bile into a Phoenix Purification Salvo to work. The Putrid Bile slows, and then Purification Salvo does 50% bonus damage on any targets that are slowed. So if Stitches starts splashing his slime everywhere and the Phoenix player hits Purification Salvo, you could get a lot of damage out with that. Now we have a Malfurion Johanna. So they really like the Johanna on the side of gillyShark. And this time going with the Malfurion instead of Alexstrasza. That makes sense. Alexstrasza was definitely a map pick for Infernal Shrines. Malfurion is still excellent. You can also kind of use that pseudo cleanse that he has to help counteract whatever a Hook CC combo that you're going to get from Stitches. And Chromie Zool. Interesting. So when Chromie was new in the game, a lot of players really liked comboing Chromie with Zool. You get the Bone Prison out, and that Bone Prison puts a giant bullseye out for the Chromie player and makes it really easy for Chromie to land her skill shots. I wonder if that's what the Lonely Hearts Club band is thinking with a Chromie Zool pairing. Stukov band coming out for the side of gillyShark. Now, if I'm the Lonely Hearts Club, I really want a support with a follow-up CC to the Stitches, I think. So off the top of my head, that's Uther. You can also get some soft CC with the Rhaegar, but you don't want to early pick the Uther, so you want to see where the majority of the damage from gillyShark is going to come from, and if it's burst damage like last game, Uther would have been ideally equipped to set up with the gillyShark engagements. They engage so well by isolating somebody out and absolutely blowing them up. Uther would have been a great response to that. However, they do ban the Blaze. I really like that ban. Blaze is so good in the solo and was played so well last time by gillyShark with some excellent bunker drops and some really nice follow-up jet propulsions to secure kills. That's a nice both targeted general and map ban all around. So let's see who gillyShark decides to go with for their next 2 picks. It's going to be, if I'm gillyShark and I'm the drafter for that team, I think I'm going to try to get my solo laner and one of my damage dealers, and then you leave that last pick as a flex pick to respond to anything that the Lonely Hearts Club goes out with, and that's exactly what they do. Sonya for the solo lane, Hanzo one of the team's primary damage dealers, and that leaves them a lot of flexibility with that 5th pick to apparently we are supposed to prepare ourselves for the memes. So Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club band is warning us to prepare for the memes. I am not sure what that means. However, Tyrande Zeratul. That would have taken me a long time to get to Tyrande Zeratul. Toward the end of the season, as this is the last week of the season, game of the season for both of these, and really it's just for the standings it matters for gillyShark is in form of seedings, but otherwise doesn't have a huge impact on playoffs or anything. So this is the kind of game where you might see, or this week in general, not just in this game, but this week you might see some maybe more funsy competitive games rather than really try-hardy games. Last pick for gillyShark. I'm not sure how you respond to this. So they do have follow-up CC for the Stitches hook in the Tyrande Lunar Flare. That's pretty hard to execute, though. I do think Tyrande is a bit underrated. Her heals aren't spectacular, but her damage can be very good. And we have a double support response. So Uther Malfurion double supporting for the hyper carry Hanzo. What I started to say was, I think Tyrande, you just never see her in organized competitive, really. But I do think she can have a spot. If the other team doesn't have a lot of dive as like a kind of pseudo-damage secondary support, the problem is there's so much mobility in the game right now and so much dive, the opportunities for you to last pick a Tyrande into the situation in which she would be good are so few and far between that you just never see her. Not even so much on BOE, where you used to see her to kind of help burn the Immortal down. So we do have, you'll notice on the loading screen here, we do have some role swaps coming out for the side of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club band. So quite a switch for Die Fools, going from Malthael to Chromie, Old Pro going from Diablo to Tyrande. So in the blue corner, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club band, we have Sheba on Zeratul, BKL on Sonya, Old Pro on Tyrande, Die Fools on Chromie, and Egg Rolls on Stitches. In the red corner, gillyShark, we have Mr. Lard on Sonya. I hate I'm gonna butcher this name. Chymotrypsin on Malfurion, Darkstorm on Hanzo, Stark on Uther, and this is off-tank Uther, and Jinxie Cat back on Johanna. So the double support to ensure that Chromie cannot blow anybody up, that whoever Stitches hook cannot just get isolated out and exploded. A lot of pressure on Darkstorm to supply the damage, though. On the flip side, for the Lonely Hearts Club, they really don't have anybody who can go down there and soak with Sonya. There's the hook onto Stark. There's the Lunar Flare. Nice jukes by Stark to avoid it. We will see how much of a hard time the Lonely Hearts Club has securing a kill on the side of gillyShark. These are interesting comps, especially on the side of Lonely Hearts Club Band, to say the least. So Zool is traditionally better in a two-lane rotation with the 4-man because he clears so fast. However, with no other option, Zool is the best equipped to deal with Sonya, and he will force to go down there. I haven't seen a Zool-Sonya solo matchup in a while. Zool does provide extra skeletons for Sonya to wave clear off of. However, he also wave clears much faster than she does. So I think the lane should be a split overall. This 4-man, though, definitely going to be in the favor of gillyShark. Nice hook onto Hanzo. He's able to agility away. Now Zool will be forced to return to the bottom lane to deal with Sonya, and that's almost a full wave, about a half a wave of soak missed by Lonely Hearts Club when Zool came on top. Fools might be in trouble. Chromie running for her life. Sheba putting some pressure on the backside before blinking away. Stitches is a lot of fun and kind of nichely viable. The one thing he does not do particularly well is he doesn't have a lot of peel for his teammates. So we will see how he handles Eggrolls does. That's a hook on Johanna. That's not the target you really want to hit. We will see how Eggrolls handles trying to peel for Chromie and Tyrande on the backside. So gillyShark with a very small lead in experience, also a small lead in gems. Tyrande has really been hitting her lunar flares, sometimes 2 at a time. However, not really able to capitalize on any of the Stitches hooks so far here in the early game by the Lonely Hearts Club Band. Stark might be in trouble. If Chromie can hit this just missing by Fools, Stark would have been in even more trouble. However, he is able to walk. Hook lands on Hanzo, who stands his ground and fires back. In the bottom lane, it looks like Sonya has found her footing, forced a rotation from Zeratul to help Zool, who's very low. The danger pings are coming out from the Lonely Heart, or from gillyShark. Sonya safely retreating to in front of her walls. It looks like Tyrande will try to get a 10-gem turn-in as the 4-mans continue to skirmish all over the top 2 lanes in the bot. Hook onto Stark with Uther, stun for a self-peel on the Zeratul and able to walk away. Maybe no tap-up for Uther, though. Jinxie Cat needs to get those gems in here. Both teams have enough for turn-in. It's just a matter of which one is able to prioritize and get them in first. Just missing the hook on Malfurion. I'm curious to see if Stark went to damage Q build. That's one of my most favorite builds to play as Uther, and he did. I love that build. If you get in close with a mage, you can trade with them. We saw him trading with Chromie there. You're not going to do much to really scare the frontliners, but if the backliners try to trade with you, you can really burst them down and surprise some of them with that key damage. So 47 gems turned in for the Lonely Hearts Club, 41 turned in for gillyShark. Both sides on the verge of their first turn-in, both sides just in front of level 7. Once again in the early game, very close between these two teams, as was the case in game 1 before gillyShark really took control from about level 10 on. However, it is the Lonely Hearts Club Band that is able to secure the first turn-in. Zeratul and Zool putting some pressure on Sonya. However, she just walks away, taps, and will be back at full health momentarily. So let's see how much they can get accomplished. Usually, if you get 2 to 3 sets of walls with first turn-in, you're in good shape. Zool in trouble. However, the hook onto Uther might be just enough to save Zool, and it is. Chromie damage coming down, taking down about a third of Darkstorm's health. Zool is also free pushing in this top lane. Nobody is accounting for him, so those top walls are going to go down fast. gillyShark, however, cleared out bottom and mid very quickly. See, that's what I want to see. You saw Zool and Chromie execute it right there. I would like to get in their comms and tell them, Bone Prison now, and you save Chromie's full combo for whoever your Bone Prison victim is going to be. If they can get on the same page with that, you can really do some work, especially if you get a hold of somebody other than the front line. So, not much damage done to the bottom lane, not much damage done to the mid lane. However, top lane has the full wall destroyed. Despite that, these two teams are still absolutely dead even in experience. Sonya is off screen right now. She is securing the giant camps in the bot lane. And there she goes. And now gillyShark, they will be looking to get their first turn. And you see Stark moving right now. And he is able to turn in the gems. And get gillyShark's first turn in. Both teams, once again, gonna hit level 10 at nearly the same time. So gillyShark is going to prioritize this top lane here. They do hit their level 10s before the side of the Lonely Hearts Club. We have Wrath of the Berserker, Dragon Arrow, Blessed Shield, Divine Shield, and Malfurion currently holding his Heroic. For the side of the Lonely Hearts Club band, we do have, I believe that's Slowing Sands by Chromie. It is Gorge coming out for Stitches. Might of the Nerazim for Zeratul. Good defense there by Lonely Hearts Club, only losing the top wall. And we have Shadowstalk and Skeletal Mages to round it out for Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club band. There's the Bone Prison on to Uther, baiting out the Divine Shield. However, the Gorge comes out, and they don't quite get him over the wall. It will not matter. A huge Twilight Dream in response. However, nobody goes down, and believe it or not, folks, 8 minutes, 21 levels into this game, that was first blood going on a Gorge of Uther and walking him into their fortification. So well played by the Lonely Hearts Club band. However, on the backside of that, gillyShark secured a back-to-back Webweaver turn-in, and Uther is now up and will be rejoining his team as they continue to lay siege to the Lonely Hearts Club. I can absolutely show talents. There you go. So this top fort certainly going to fall. And there it goes. So will they continue to push in here with the top Webweaver, or will they rotate down and try to snowball this into an experience advantage? That looks like the path that they're going to take. So once again, very stout defense by the Lonely Hearts Club here. Only losing the top fort, which was already very weak from the last turn, and the other Webweavers were burned very quickly.
Bring me their power.
So really, 3 turn-ins, 1 kill, 10 minutes into the game, and a very close game. Only about a quarter level advantage for the side of gillyShark. A nice hook onto Malfurion. Egg rolls, really. Dragon Arrow goes out to try to peel for poor Uther. However, the members of the Lonely Hearts Club band eat it. And Malfurion able to walk out with the Divine Shield, however, then gets rooted and destroyed, and Johanna shortly to follow. Zeratul with some really nice plays. You don't see a whole lot of might of the Nera. That is exactly why I've been calling them the Lonely Hearts Club. You don't see a whole lot of might of the Nerazim, but Sheba really showing off there. A couple of nice plays to put pressure on Malfurion and Johanna. Chromie will get the turn-in, and the second turn-in secured for the side of the Lonely Hearts Club. So an unorthodox comp by the Lonely Hearts Club. So far, though, keeping it very close and actually winning the kills count 3-1 in their bid to try to end the season on a positive note, winning their last game and securing a draw. Especially after game one was pretty lopsided after about the halfway mark. gillyShark was just very strong. And Lonely Hearts Club didn't seem like they had an answer, but that defeat has not transferred over to this game at all. They've played very well, and both teams have absolutely gone toe-to-toe this entire game. The one thing I haven't seen, I brought it up earlier, I want to see it again. I want to see the Bone Prism combined with Chromie's. There's the hook, Johanna. That's not your hook target ideally, but I want to see the Chromie combo combined with the Bone Prism. However, Zool getting free push in the bottom lane. They have not responded to that. The Lonely Hearts Club band was so far able to parlay their second turn-in into about a 1-level lead. They also have 70 gems, so they have enough gems for back-to-back turn-in if they want to. Egg Rolls in particular sitting on 40 of those gems. Looks like gillyShark is getting aggressive. They know, I like this. They know 16 is on the way. They were trying to force a fight before the Lonely Hearts Club gets 16. I want to see blue team, Lonely Hearts Club band. You have to turn in your gems right here. You have the 16 advantage. gillyShark is not coming in. Turn in, and that is exactly what they're doing. So this mid fort is basically free. This is going to go down almost, actually probably before the Web Weavers drop. And it does. So now if you're the side of the Lonely Hearts, you want to get down either a keep or as many keep walls as possible. And they are going to stay in mid lane. This is the lane that is the farthest pushed out. It's the easiest one to join forces with the Web Weavers. So it makes sense that that's why they are opting to stay here. You do see in these defenses, though, with the double support, gillyShark is struggling just a little bit to clear these out. Johanna, their tank, is probably actually their best wave clear. Hook goes out. It either missed or clinked off of Jinxie Katz's Iron Shield. Chromie, however, did not miss and really chunked out Malfurion on the backside. So mid keep wall does go down. Chromie is in trouble. Uther has caught her. There's the Dragon Arrow with her team replying to keep her alive. Sonya goes down on the backside to another excellent Zeratul play. Then Hanzo and Uther fall despite a big Twilight Dream, and the hook actually secures the kill on Johanna. You don't see very many hook kills where the hook actually does the damage enough to kill. So are you thinking game if you're the side of Lonely Hearts Club band? I think you have to be thinking game. They are marching toward core, and here they go. We have about 15 seconds up till the entire gillyShark team will be here. However, core falling fast, 70, 60, 50, 40, and that is going to be game 2. Wrong one. That should have been Victoria Azul, but you guys get the point. So the Lonely Hearts Club band able to secure game 2 and pull the draw out from gillyShark. So really well played by them. They whipped out that kind of unusual comp with the Tyrande and his Stitches. However, I was really impressed with Zeratul. Once he got his Might of the Zera team, what is it? Might of the Nerazim, he made a couple of really big plays in those team fights. He kind of, in a good way, got himself lost in the team fight, and it didn't seem like gillyShark really accounted for him. So thanks for tuning in, guys. You know, let's not end this quite yet. I'm gonna see if I can get one or both team captains in here for an interview. Hang out for another 5 minutes or so. Two pretty entertaining games. I'm going to see if we can get gillyShark in here, get their thoughts on the playoffs and the seasons this week and the season they had. Also, I'm curious how their team came together. So, if you didn't know, they are a team of gillyweed subs. So I'm kind of curious as to how that came around. And maybe we'll see if we can get one of the guys from all right, looks like we're going to get Jinxie Cat in here. Jinxie Cat, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing wonderful. Just, I really got you guys in here because I wanted to hear the story of how a team of gillyweed subs came together and competed in the Nexus Gaming Series.
Well, we actually started out in a group of a Heroes of the Storm group, just gaming with friends that one of our other friends had put together on Facebook, and that tournament had that series had a little mini tournament every year, and one year we had gathered up enough funds for our little group to have gillyweed cast it, and with that came Stark because he was interested in our playing Heroes with us, and we just all got together and vibed really well, and then pretty much just broke off from the rest of the group as 5 friends trying to do a little bit more than play casually.
Yeah, this is, in my humble opinion, probably the best way to experience Heroes is you theoretically get matched up against teams that are close in level. You play with a regular 5-man. You can take it beyond the regular pickup game and strategize. It takes it to another level, and the community is so good in NGS, it just makes it that much more fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, is this
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Is this your guys' first NGS season?
Yes, it is. This is our first season together as a team, actually. We'd all played together casually every so often, but this is the first time we've sat down and committed to something.
My daughter just came home and decided to interrupt, so if you hear her, that's
Hi,
why.
daughter.
Can you say hi? No. Okay, then you gotta go. Okay. Okay. So, what has been your vibe off of NGS this season? You guys having fun with it?
Oh yeah, it's been a blast. We've learned a lot. We've found our strengths, found our flaws. Definitely, we've met some incredible people. We love it. We'll be back next season for sure.
Yeah, me as well. My team is one of the many teams that are chair league migrants and really have nothing but positive things to say. We've had such a blast this season.
Yeah, it's been great. 2 of us are actually migrants from chair league as well. We had kind of a toxic team and a toxic experience with that. We came over to NGS, and so far no complaints. Yeah,
that's just no fun. It's I've been fortunate with the guys that I played with. We played together for coming up on a year and a half now, and that's pretty unusual, I think, for basically randos getting together and hitting off so well.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're having a blast with it. How do you guys feel going into playoffs next week? I think depending on how the standings shake down, you guys can finish like anywhere between 6th and 7th, something like that. Is that right?
Yeah, we will definitely be playoffs. We're excited. We have watched a lot of our replays. We've scrimmed against our opponents. We actually have a little bit of insider help. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Heroes of the Dorm, but Vader from UB Buffalo has been
Ooh.
gracious enough to lend me some of his knowledge on how to be a good tank. And so we are really pumped. We're working with him. We're working with some other people in HGC and dorms, and we are really excited to go into playoff.
Big
We're
time-
stronger than we've ever been.
Big time name dropping. That's very cool that he's lending his time to you guys to help like that. We just picked up a coach as well, and having that outside voice in like replay analysis and just seeing things that you guys don't is so valuable. So I'm positive that has been really great for you guys.
Definitely.
Any closing thoughts before I let you get out of here?
I just wanted to say GG to our opponent. You played very well. We had a great time, and we love NGS. Thanks so much for streaming, and we are looking forward to the finals.
All right. Well, thanks very much, and have a wonderful night. GG's to both teams.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You as well. Wonderful chatting with you. Hey, we have Old Pro in here too.
Yeah, sorry about that.
He's-
Discord was bugged out on me.
No, it's all good. You snuck in here on me. So how did you guys feel closing out the season on a little winning game there with kind of a cheeky comp?
The last game was a lot of fun. I mean, all the games in this series have been absolutely incredible. I think the team experience is something that you don't typically get in Hearthstone, even though it's a team game. It's just not something about that isn't well developed yet in the scene, so you just don't get the same feeling with the games, the coordinated games. So it was great. Like, I think all of us really enjoyed this.
Yeah,
And the last game was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, for sure. I think most members of the Heroes community would agree that's something the game is lacking within its own client, is that ability to develop kind of that clan system, if you will, or whatever you want to call it. And and it's kind of given us our own community where everyone's so great and the games are. I mean, I cannot believe the job that the staff did with placing all of these teams, which has to be such a monumentous task. And all of these divisions, when you watch them, they're competitive. They're all good games.
Yeah, it's true. We've had some where we felt like we were a bit underdogged, but we had slightly different cast when we started it, so I think that was kind of our fault as well.
So you guys' first season as well?
Yeah, first season.
Yeah, I think half the league is first season when you jump from 55 teams to 110.
It's great though. Like that's an incredible rate of increase. So
for sure.
Obviously a great thing if it's that popular and people really want to participate as well. And that's the thing for me, is that it's such a different gameplay experience.
It is.
I've met up with these guys, and girl.
Yeah.
And we. Yeah.
I was saying, in my opinion, I think the reason for the increase is a combination of one, that anybody you ask about it who participates in NGS, they really have nothing but good things to say, because I know I asked before I came in. But also, two, the combination of Chair League folding in on itself. There's so many Chair League teams and players that migrated over. Those two things just really, it exploded this season, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the division breakdown, there are some really solid teams. I think that it'd be great if this grew, even more. I know that it's a logistics challenge, but the way that it's broken down into players setting up their own kind of matches and coordinating with the streamers, it's pretty easy to expand.
Yeah, so two last questions. One, second game, you guys all kind of role swap. Do you normally do that, or was that just like a funsy end of the season, let's move our tank to Chromie kind of a game?
Yeah, that was just an end of the season. I like playing Durande. Normally I'm, total main tank, but
right.
We got beat up by Luxorian Sun doing Zool, Stitches. I think they also had Durande. No, maybe they didn't go Durande. It was Jaina instead. But the similar sort of like, we're going to hook you and bone prison you and then
Right.
you're going
And
to
you're never getting
explode.
away ever.
Right.
And-
And we just kind of felt like that could work. We had I don't know if you noticed, but like a pseudo breakdown in chat because half of us were talking about it's the last game, let's just play something weird, and then half of us were like, well, yeah, but let's also make it work.
Right.
So we settled on this Stitches comp. So we first picked Stitches, and I'm like, well, now they know we're a Stitches comp.
Yeah, I think you guys could have held off on the Stitches probably.
I was like, that was the only thing that we could decide on. That we weren't sure if we were actually going to Ronde or if we actually were going to pick Zul, but we were positive we were going to pick Stitches. So that was the only thing we could first pick. And I was like, well, that gives us away, but it allows us to play what we wanted to play, and it was a good game, I think.
Yeah, now as a fellow tank player, you felt comfortable enough with the rework Diablo to jump right in on him. How do you feel about the rework?
Still totally not sure where I'm going on that character.
Yeah.
I think the build that I played today was maybe viable as a more bruisery build, or if you've got another, tank that's in their face.
Right. I'm just
The debilitating flame and all that. Like, you heal a lot at like 16 and 20. Like, you are insanely durable, but you're not the best at the engage like you used to be. And I think maybe we just needed a secondary tank in general to deal with what they had. So still not sure.
I'm not sure where he lands either. I've only managed to play a couple games on him, but regardless of where he lands, you just can't play him the same way. So I'm kind of waiting to see where the players that are better than I am come down on him and figure it out for me. Last question.
Sure.
You guys coming back next season?
I for sure am. I'm not the guys' times are like, so
Right.
I think even if we don't come together as a group, which, hopefully some or all of us do, I still think that most of us will be continuing. It's too much fun not to.
I'm with you, man. I've been playing Chair League since Season 2. I can't get away from the organized competitive like this. It's just too fun.
Yeah.
All right, well, appreciate the time. Great game, too. Bouncing back, ending the season strong. And if I don't see you around the Nexus, we'll catch you back next season.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for streaming us, man. That's great. And I want to just real quick thank my team for putting up with me and playing with us, this whole season, and the subs that we've had. We've had some issues here and there, making sure everybody was able to play. But it's been a lot of fun.
All right, man. Well, have
Thanks
a good
again.
night. Good game.
Yep.
And thanks to everyone for checking out the stream. Let's go see who else is streaming right now so we can throw you guys over to some other caster. Try to keep it within the NGS family here. Let's see who's on right now. All right, I should have done this beforehand. Bahamut starting at 7:30. Perfect timing. Well, I'm not sure if he's quite live yet. If he is, I'll throw you over there. If not, I'll just suggest you go there. All right, Bahamut is live with Cat Peach, so I'm going to toss you guys over there. Have a wonderful night, all. Thanks for tuning in. And be sure to check out next week. We do have playoffs coming along. I will certainly be casting or co-casting somebody. I'm really looking forward to it. Have a good night. Thanks for tolerating my shenanigans tonight. I wish I had some of those little extras a little bit cleaner, but is to be expected. Have a good night, and we'll catch you in the Nexus. We can throw you guys over to some other caster. Try to keep it within the NGS family here.